Well, it is a balmy, I think we might have reached 32 degrees by now. Not sure. Ah, we had a cold front come through last night, and it's chilly. It's very chilly. I have the heat lamp on for light, but hey, part of me is hoping it warms things up too. Well, I don't know how many people are going to come in this morning, uh, but because I know this was, again, just impromptu and I'm just winging it. um, if you're here, good morning, Zany Mae. Northern Florida. Oh, man, I tell you, I guess the weatherman didn't read the rule book. It's supposed to be warm in the south. Hi, Big Bear. How nice to see you here this morning. Is this Jason or Robin? And Duncan's, good morning. Good morning. Getting a few people in here. Oh, well, I've fed the horses. Oh, hey, okay. Now I know I can call you Jason and not Robin because I'm sorry. Robin's prettier. Anyways. Behave yourself, Jason, by the way. Okay, yeah, the horse has been fed. They've been hayed. Thought you wouldn't disagree with that one. And guineas have been let loose. They've been fed. And I'm trying to warm up. Sure you do, Jason. Sure you do. Well, we had quite a visit with the Roadshow, Prepsteader Bob and Mrs. B. It was awesome. It really was awesome, as I'm sure you've seen on the videos. And we talked about a bunch of things. Okay, one thing is that was pretty major was my channel, and he suggested that I get involved with horse rescue, and he did not realize that that was something that I had looked into the possibility of doing years ago. And at that time, it just was not viable. Now, that being said, I wanted to make sure it was clear with everybody. It's not something you jump into with both feet running. It shouldn't be anyway, honestly. There's a lot of things to go into it. For one thing, I don't have all of my infrastructure in place yet. So you're not going to see any additional horses here on the property anytime soon. Okay. I have to get the infrastructure together. See here. That being said, didn't I just say that? Don't mind me, you're still doing brain freeze here. There is there's a ministry involving horses close to me. They do a thing every Monday night, and I'm hoping to get over there to check them out. And I've also heard of a horse rescue on the other side of the county, and I want to try and make contact with them as well. This will take some time because they don't have. I've tried looking on the internet, and I'm not having any success finding them on the internet. They may not be making use of social media. So I need somebody here to read the comments for me because I'm losing it. So anyway, this getting involved with horse rescue, yes, it was something I had looked in. I had wanted to do years ago. And now that I'm in a little bit better place land-wise, it's still not something I can just jump into. It takes time. Okay. I got to put feelers out and work on stuff here at home. But I am going to try and post videos on horses in general. I've got some ideas for some good videos. What it takes to take care of a horse, some of the costs involved, um, things involving older people like me, and different breeds. There's a whole list of things that I can cover, just informational for horses. And a lot of things with horses also translate into other livestock. Oh, thank you, Jean. I didn't even see you come in earlier. It's it's cold, and I'm trying to keep my head warm. Maybe I need a toque, you know. And so that's the plan, is to start making some videos involving the horses more. There is still going to be videos with things involving the homestead, things around the homestead, doing pallet wood projects. I got some really good pallets yesterday. Oh, hello, Angel. Come on. Hello. Can you say good morning to everybody? There you go. She's going to try and keep me warm, right? She's probably going to go hunt down a mouse. He needs a good horse channel. Oh, do we? Okay. If you think so, Jason. All right. All right. You've convinced me, Jason. You've convinced me. I'll do it. I'll do it. Stop nagging me. Oh, so yeah, we will do that. But like I said, I still do enjoy doing the pallet wood projects. I've got a few things in mind. For one thing, I need to build some kind of a hay trough for Deeza in the barn, and because she's such a messy eater. Oh, I tell you, like a 2-year-old, you know. And right now the barn floor is mucky because the other half of the barn needs to be built yet. So I'm getting runoff, and we had a lot of rain yesterday. So I'm trying to sort out the best way of building a hay trough for her, so the hay is off the ground, so it's not getting all wet and mucky and stepped on and trampled and stuff, but low enough so that it's a more natural feeding position. I don't know why, Jason, but that comment was held for review. I don't know how to I don't know what to do there. Jason said, not nagging, trying to support. So I don't know why this YouTube decided I had to. Oh, man, I guess there we go. There, you're there. Okay. No, any channel that will teach me what to look for in a good workhorse. You want a good workhorse, make sure it's well trained. But this is something a lot of people miss, is that every time you interact with a horse, you're training it, whether it's a positive training thing or a negative training thing. Every time you interact with a horse, you are training it. Okay. And I can cover that more on another video. I have to remember to write that down. Good morning, Kentucky Hilltop Home. Oh, if anybody has any suggestions for topics for videos, go ahead and put them in the comments, okay? In the live chat or later on in the comments. That would be great. I know that I've gotten a few really good ideas from some of my viewers, and you know, I can't think of all of it, you know, so by all means, I'm open to suggestions. Difference between working horses and riding horses. There you go. Yeah, there is a difference, you know. Southwest. Oh, hi, Linda. How you doing? Anyway, I would love to be able to interview my Amish friend. I don't know if he'll go for it because, we all know that the Amish don't get into having the picture taken or videos or anything, but things have been changing over the years. And he knows that I do videos for YouTube. And to be honest, he is better using the smartphone than my husband is. So he's somewhat technologically savvy. So if he would allow me to interview him, because it's a completely different viewpoint with horses. He does some training of horses. He, of course, raises his own horses. He drives them. He works with them. He has a draft team that he uses to haul lumber out of the woods. Do you know anything about mules? Mules are. I know a little bit about mules. I don't feel confident in training a mule. They have a slightly different mentality than a horse does. There are some similarities, but there's also some differences. So I'm not even going to try to talk about mules. Mules are great animals. They're fantastic animals. They're smart. They're sure-footed. I had interaction with a mini mule, and he was a pistol. Yeah, horses for beginners. That's on the list. Hi, Sugar Creek. How you doing? I have no idea how to care for a horse. That's one of the things I'm going to be covering is caring for horses. Everything from a senior horse to a work horse to a mini horse. There's some basics that go across the board. It doesn't matter what type of horse it is. There's certain basics, okay? Does your pasture need specific grasses for working horses? A good mix. A good mix. Gee, Jason, I don't know if YouTube knows about your reputation or what, but I have to keep approving your comments. I don't know why. Yeah, there's certain things that are across the board. No, there's no change, but there's other things that do vary from breed to and even to what they do. Okay, I have 2 horses here. One is a senior citizen, and that's one thing I'll be covering is dealing with the senior citizen horse. And another one is she could be a workhorse, but right now she's not in work. So that changes things a little bit. She's also an easy keeper, and that's something else I can. Yes, Jason, your reputation. Does your pastor need? Okay, I already read that one. I want to know about my reputation. You're going to have to go to someplace else for that. I'm not going to get into that. Fescue is not a good choice for pregnant mares. That is right, Okie Rob. That is very right. And fescue is very common around here. Thankfully, I am not looking to get into breeding at all. That is not my intent. But if I were, I would have to be very, very careful about that. And I know that I have fescue here. I even planted fescue on my hillside. So, but since I wasn't going to be going into breeding, it wasn't a big deal for me. Mules have been domesticated for longer. Much more left brain, is less reactionary. Horses a bit more right brain. Yeah, instinctive. There are exceptions to both. Mules like to be asked. Yes, exactly. There, you've got to. It's a different kind of mindset. I guess maybe it's like there are people that see a difference between training a mare versus training a gelding. Like the reputation is that a mare you have to ask, whereas a gelding you can tell. So that could be, I guess with a mule, it's more like a mare, but it's still a little bit more So I haven't had a lot of interaction with mules, but I do know enough that they're different, and I don't know that I've got the skill level to be able to handle training a mule. Okay, I would defer to someone with a lot more experience with mules than me. Okay. Let me see here. Yes, I'm freezing. Yeah, I did break down and I bought myself a new pair of boots. My other boots, I think I had them for 5 years, and the one boot, the sole was coming off of the boot, and so I had to, finally broke down and bit the bullet and bought a new pair of boots. That helps to keep your feet dry. Good morning, 320 Homestead. How are you this morning? Let me see here. I always feel like my mares are harder workers once started. The boys more willing to start, but harder to keep going. I could see that. I have to admit, for whatever reason, it just kind of worked out that way. I've never owned a gelding. I've only owned mares. I've worked with some geldings, and I've never had any issues with them. They've always been fairly compliant. Mares, well, at least the ones I've had, they have their way of looking at things. I had the one mare was very, very opinionated, and don't dare push her beyond where she was willing to go. Honey, she's fairly compliant. She enjoys working. She was very eager to be involved with whatever I was doing. But she can be a bit pig-headed at times. But she's a good girl for the most part. I bought some chicken rain boots last night. Oh, yes. We don't have too much mud because we were dry for so long, but I think after the rain we had last night, we're starting to get quite a bit of rain. I have muck boots ready to go, but I'm not ready to put them on yet. Let me see here. So anyway, Bob was very, very persuasive when it came to the direction for my channel. And like I mentioned before in the live stream, he was not the only one to mention it. I had asked for some assistance from Julie at Dirt Patch Heaven, and she was really strongly pushing me in the direction of the horses. And I just kind of, I brushed her off because when I was doing the horse thing, I really wasn't getting a lot of views. I wasn't getting the growth. And it's like, well, maybe people aren't interested in horses. And so, I stopped putting a push on it, even though, yeah, I guess horses they're a part of me. There's no way around it. Oh, yes, I know, Sugar Creek. It is so cold. It's cold here too. And I'm just not used to it anymore. So what steps are you planning? Okay. I'm going to try and make contact with these organizations that are around me. There's a rescue, there's a ministry. There might be two ministries. I'm not sure if this is the same one that I've been hearing about or if there are two different ones. I think the one deals with veterans with PTSD, I think. And another one seems to deal mainly with teenagers. And they do a thing every Monday night. I'm going to try and connect with them. Until I get my infrastructure together, I can't bring any more horses on here. I do also have to make an income. So there still will be goats. There still will be chickens. I will still be working with the guineas. So there's still going to be the homestead aspect. Okay. But there's also going to be the horse thing. Okay. So, I mean, this is just what's going on in my life, basically. Um, so I'm still feeling my way. So I am definitely open to suggestions. And in the meantime, until I get a little bit more involved in the local horse arena here, I will be making videos based on the knowledge that I've accumulated over the years with, horse care, interacting with horses, horses for beginners, buying a horse, before you buy a horse, all that fun stuff. And one thing I want to make clear, I am not an expert by any means. I am not an expert. Okay. Yes, I have accumulated experience over the years, and I've done a lot of self-teaching. I've interacted with different trainers, both locally and big names, and I've watched them and I've studied them, and I've done some training myself. So, I've got all this experience, and there's certain things I know. But if it's beyond my ability, I will defer to someone with more knowledge. Okay, we all have areas that we are better at than in other areas. So, I am not an expert, but I am more than willing to share what I do know. They have proven that equine therapy is a tremendous help for PTSD. Yes, it does help, and it's helpful. There's two things I like to say. First of all, horses don't lie. Okay. Another thing is a horse is a mirror of the person handling it. And I'll go over those two things in another video. I could share everything now, and I wouldn't have any content for later on. See, I'm trying to keep up with the chat as well as trying not to freeze to death here. Let me see here. So it's going to be a building process. There is going to be a new logo. Prepsteader Bob is helping me with that. I had an idea in my head, and he is helping me to get that developed. So hopefully before too long, we'll have that up. And hopefully we'll refine the channel. He had suggested that I get a camera, because this is what I am doing. This is how I do my videos. Okay. It works. Okay. It does the job. It's a little bit annoying when I get a phone call or a text while I'm recording, but that's what I'm doing. So when I sell the Pathfinder, I will be looking into getting a camera, but that's another thing. Okay. Any suggestions in regards to getting a camera? Because I was shopping. Okay. First of all, there's no Best Buy in my area. Okay. We have a Walmart. Any other kind of electronic store, I am not aware of anything in my area. So if anybody has any suggestions for the right kind of camera for me, I don't want $1,000 camera. No way. Not with horses. No, because I can't afford to replace it. Okay. Something that will do the job, not terribly expensive, and it's not a monstrosity, huge monster of a thing. Okay. I'm used to something small, moderately small. So if I have a GoPro, it's a Hero, and it has its limitations. Okay. For one thing, I haven't been able to figure out how to do an external mic with it. So I'm not sure about the GoPro thing. Also, they tend to have like that fisheye kind of appearance, and it's like, it's okay, for certain things, but For other things, it's not my favorite. But if anybody out there, if researching cameras is your thing, by all means, make a suggestion, give me a link, and I would be deeply appreciative. I said I have to sell the Pathfinder first, and hopefully I get some decent money for it. I know I'm not going to get a huge amount. I see. Look at Canon cameras too. You can get one under 500. Yeah, it would have to be under 500, because if I get more than $500 for that Pathfinder, it will be a miracle. Okay, so I would like to stay somewhere around 200 or less if I can. I don't know cameras enough to know if I can do that. I was doing that Michigan Daffodil. And, after a while, going through so many, because they have so many, and it's like, and I'm not all that, I have some techie kind of knowledge, but I'm not like there, and I don't know everything. I know it has to I have to be able to use an external mic. I know that, because I really should use, especially if I'm working with the horses, I really should use a wireless mic. Now, I have a wireless mic. It's not the best quality, but it's wireless. Okay, and I think it'll be okay, at least for now. I haven't figured out how to do that yet. Reap what you sow. I've looked at it, and I don't know. It's a hero, and I'm not sure which version it is. I've had it for several years, so I don't know. Maybe they've come out with something better since I got this thing. I don't know. Use from a channel that is upgraded. Yeah, it's a possibility. I guess I can put the word out there that I'm looking. Mic setup on the GoPro is around $140. Ouch. Yeah, between a camera and a yeah. I don't know. It's like, bear in mind, I'm not monetized yet on YouTube, and I'm still trying to set up my homestead. So whatever money I have to go towards a camera is coming from the Pathfinder. Okay, so that's in God's hands. We use our phones, nothing wrong with that. That's what I'm using too. But it does have limitations. Using the phone does have limitations. Of course, the thing is too, is that I was told by Verizon, that's who we have, that my phone will no longer work after December 31st. So something about they're going to 5G and this is a 4G. So I may end up having to upgrade my phone reluctantly. So maybe that will be my option. I don't know. It's not something that I'm looking forward to doing, because, hey, when I use something, I use it to the point where there is no bringing it back. All I have to do is show you the boots I just replaced, and you know what I mean. Yeah, that's what I use too. Michigan Daffodil, I don't know if I can. I'm not real good with eBay. I've only bought one thing off of eBay. How do you make sure you don't get a piece of junk, Mostly phones used by me as well. Yeah, camera is difficult for me to transfer the files on my. Yeah, that is one thing I do have. I have decent internet. There was only a $10 difference between the lower end and what I have, and it's decent internet that we have here. So that's not a problem. There's the problem I have with the phone, and I don't know, maybe it's just mine. But this is one thing I noticed with Prepsteader Bob, and he was using his camera, I could see the view screen. Okay. And that was awesome. Even when we were outside, I could see the view screen. When I'm using this, even though I have it facing me, I can't, in the bright sunlight, I can't see it. There are times I'm trying to adjust the angle, and I can't tell you if what I'm shooting is in frame or not, because I can't see the view screen. So that is one benefit to having a camera, is I need one that has the pop out view screen so that I can adjust it so I can see what I'm shooting. I hate to sell reviews. We bought phones a couple times. I have to look into that. See, here's my problem, is that I don't have a lot of time to sit down in front of the computer and go over all this stuff. This time of year, I have a little bit more time because there's only so much I can do outside because of shorter daylight hours. And yesterday I was spending more time inside because it was raining, and raining good. So there wasn't too much I could do. But I am limited as to how much time I have to spend in front of the computer. As I'm looking for equipment for the farm. For instance, I've been having a terrible time with insulators for electric fence. We have these yellow things that you can buy locally, and I can't tell you how many different kinds I have been through because they keep breaking on me. The kind that you screw into wood that I was using, where I was tying into trees, they're almost all popped off, broken. It's like, that's useless to me. That's a waste of money, for one thing. So I was looking online for some better insulators. And lo and behold, I didn't realize this. I thought Premier One was just the nets. Well, they had some insulators that looked like they might actually hold up and do what I need to do. Now, I will be discussing about them on a video because I've already been putting them into. I haven't got the wire, the electric part hooked up yet, but I've got them on the post, and I'm liking what I see. They're serving the purpose that I had in mind. So I see that they have a few other options on there. That was Premier One has more than just the netting, the electric netting. So I'm an idea person. You choose the idea for me or others that will work. Yeah, I know you're an idea person, Michigan. Definitely. And I love that. I mean, I will take your ideas. I get ideas. Sometimes my ideas aren't good, and I like to bounce them off of other people too. And if they're not viable, then they're not viable. You don't know. It's an idea, right? A little bit helps. Yes. Even $50 is more than nothing. Yeah. Two-family homestead. Oh, I didn't even see. I'm sorry. Hi, two-family homestead. I didn't even see you were in here. And I see Eric Johnson is in here. Even if you're monetized, unless you have 100,000 plus subscribers, you won't be making money. Oh yeah, I know that. Yeah, but if I can get $50 here, $50 there, yeah, I totally understand. I'm not looking at YouTube to be a major money maker for me. I'm really not. I mean, let's be realistic here. Okay. But a little bit here, a little bit there, like Michigan Daffodil was saying. Okay. I'm trying to get the homestead to where I'm making some money. Okay. With what I do here. Beyond that, it's just, YouTube is just another income stream. Another basket for my eggs. That's all. Yeah, Jean, isn't it frustrating when your insulators break? I mean, you need to have them functioning. And with the horses, I only had a single wire. Okay, so if they break, that wire goes down. Thankfully, they don't. Even if the wire is down, they don't cross it. That won't work for goats. Goats will go over it. Okay. So I need my insulators to actually hold up for more than a year or a few months. So that's been a frustrating part for me. Yeah, electric fence is, one of the cheaper ones to put up, but if it's not going to stay up, is it really cheaper? This is what I'm trying to sort out. It's been working for the horses, the single strand, but I'm not just staying with horses. I'm expanding livestock. So, it's frustrating. And so going to be, I'll share what I've learned with the Premier One. And hopefully it'll help somebody. I like these ones I got. I only ordered, how many did I order? I think I ordered 100, and that should do my driveway. So, anyway, I am freezing. Let's face it, people, I'm freezing. It's cold here. But this is the best place for me to do a live stream, is in my tool shed. But it hasn't warmed up yet. So I am probably going to close this out because I'm just too cold. And now my toes are starting to get cold. But I wanted to get on here and let you all know that I will be shifting a little bit my channel. And you will see more horse stuff. I'm working towards that. Okay. It takes a little bit of time. Weather has to cooperate when you're recording horses. That's all there is to it. And I can do other things when I'm not freezing. So, but I just wanted to mention that 32 degrees in South Texas this morning. Yeah. That's about what I think we were 29 at one point. Well, they have that, the real feel thing. And I think it was 30, but the real feel was 29 or 27 or something like that. It's like, yeah. So we got a new kerosene heater yesterday. No, the day before, on Wednesday. Today's Friday. We got a new kerosene heater. It's smaller. It's easier for me to move around. And the other one was so beat up. It was, not shutting off well. And so we got the new kerosene heater, and we got kerosene yesterday just in time. So, and it's burning in there right now. And so inside my cabin, it's nice and toasty warm. So I am going to go inside and I'm going to enjoy that for a few minutes before I have to come back out. I think I may burn some brush today, doing my part to try and warm things up around here. So I will talk to you all later. Thank you so very much for coming in. I deeply appreciate you being here. And I'll see y'all later. Okay? Have a good one and stay warm, everybody.